Okay, we got the pressure gauge here. The pump is pumping, it's pumping up. As soon as it hits the high setting, I'm going to shut it off. Got your main water shut off here. This is a bypass for your water softener. Got water running. It's pumping when it's running, so I'm going to shut the valve off and it'll pump up and shut off quicker. There we go. So it shut off at 50 psi. So what we want to do is we want to let that set for about 5 minutes. Then we'll check, we'll pop the switch here, and we want to make sure that there's no loss of water at the well or the pitless adapter. This switch should kick on and off real quick if it's pressurized. Sometimes there's leak at the pitless adapter in that well casing outside, and the water, the pressure will drop. So if I turn that switch on and it starts to pump for 10-15 seconds, we know we got a leak out there. So that's what we're doing there. This pressure tank is a normal size pressure tank. We call this a 20-gallon tank. This is the diaphragm right in here. The bottom third holds water. The top 2/3 hold air. This is your valve here, your Schroeder valve for the air pressure. The air pressure should be 2 psi's lower than the low setting. So if this kicks on at 40, the air pressure inside here should be at 38. Same thing, if it kicks on at 30, the air pressure in here should be 28. So we don't really check that, but that's just good knowledge. Sometimes if it's not working right, I will check it. But if it's working right, then I don't really check it if everything's functioning the way it should. If there's low pressure or something seems to be awkward, then I will check the air pressure in here. What you'd have to do though is you'd have to turn it off at the switch, run the pressure down. Once the pressure is down, check your air pressure. You don't want to check the air pressure with water pressure in there, because it'll be higher than what the air pressure is. Okay, and then if it's waterlogged, so you can see it's cold down here, a little warmer up here. Okay, so this is where the water is. If it's waterlogged, this whole thing would be wet and cold. And if it's waterlogged, the switch is gonna, when you're running water, the switch is gonna go, okay, because the pump is pumping, trying to pump. And what's happening is this is all full of water. So there's no pressure for the pressure switch to kick the pump off. So if it's waterlogged, the way to check would be, you can take this off here, and then hit that little Schroeder valve in there, and if you hold it down and water starts squirting out, you know you got a bad pressure tank. But it could be bad and some air may come out, so that's not a sure way of telling it, but it's a good way of telling it. Just by doing your pressure settings and listening to it, it's going to get you to where you need to be. All right, so set long enough, so I'm going to hit the switch here. I'm going to push down on it, and that switch should just kick back off. It did. So that means it's holding pressure outside. That's a good thing. Put this back on. We're going to turn this on. Water is already, the faucet's on upstairs in the bathtub sinks. So we're going to turn the main shut off on. It's going to kick down. Probably 30 and kick on, and once it kicks on at 30, we're going to shut this main shut-off valve off, and we're going to count 1,000, 2, 1,000, and see how long it takes to fill this up. So this is like 6 gallons of water. 20 gallons, 1/3 is water, 2/3 air. Pressure switch looks good. Romex connectors on both sides. Want to make sure there's connectors to hold that wire straight. Got your control box here, shut off switch over here. about to 30 now. It's under 30. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000, 11 1,000, 12 1,000, 13 1,000, 14 1,000, 15 1,000, 16 1,000, 17 1,000, 18 1,000, 19 1,000, 20 1,000, 21 1,000, 22 1,000, 23 1,000, 24 1,000, 25 1,000, 26 1,000, 27. Okay, so 27. You're pumping good. So I figure if it was 30 seconds, it pumped up 6 gallons. So you to double that, at 60 seconds, you got 12 gallons. So you're pumping 12 gallons a minute here. This is functioning really well. Okay, the pressure kicked on at about 27, somewhere in there. So not a big deal. It's functioning fine. Usually you want a 20 differential between the shut off and the turning the pump on and kicking it off. So usually 30 to 50, 40 to 60. If it's a little, it doesn't really matter. It's working good. It's functioning fine. So I'm going to turn this back on, and the water is flowing great. All right, very good. That's how you check a pressure tank.